Good evening, I am Ernest Northcott, and this is the New News. Tonight, we are going to be talking about sporting leagues, and if they will survive this crisis, or if they will succumb to the miserable fate that is the destiny of every workplace indoor plant left to dry a slow, painful death. As the toll of the pandemic creeps up, industries across the board are finding ways of diversifying their income to stay alive. Hell, look at the set they put me in, stuck in some 2-bit flat kid's drawing. You know I'm part of this image, right? I can't even move my arms. But one industry in particular is finding out that it's not as easy to pivot when money dries up overnight. And who would have guessed it? An industry renowned the world over for their intelligence. Professional sports, an industry that was estimated to be worth around $490 billion, is, as we speak, in the slow process of collapsing on itself faster than the Twin Towers. To which you might ask, who cares? But let's face it, sports make up a big part of our world. Many of us love it. Some of us live for it. Hell, some of us could quit our jobs and take it up full time. Or he could have. Now professional athletes of all forms are facing pay cuts. LeBron James could lose a possible $400,000 per game of bouncy ball he doesn't play. Across the garbage patch, kicky ball giants Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo could lose a combined $20 million from clubs cutting salaries. And then there are athletes who are still able to comprehend amounts of money in a normal way, like everyone without a child labour sponsorship deal, facing the complete scrapping of their wages, and without china cabinets full of precious metal goblets to pawn. There is not a lot they, or their leagues, could do to get themselves out of a downwards death spiral. Until esports came to the rescue, with many sporting leagues around the world starting to look to esports as an alternative revenue stream while they are unable to sell tickets to the stadiums. And on the surface, it does seem like a logical idea. Everyone is stuck at home, so instead of having us come to the players, they have the players come to us. Except the players, in this case, are not real. Over the last few decades, esports have experienced growth more along the lines of the tech company peers than their traditional sporting competition. As the Washington Post reported, when developers Riot Games put on the first League of Legends World Championship Series final in 2011, they were worried no one would tune in to watch. Instead, a few 100,000 people did. Fast forward to last year, and they had around 100 million people watching the event, with a trophy case designed by Louis Vuitton. Compare that to the Cricket Ashes trophy, which is housed in a literal urn. Meanwhile, on the broadcasting side, big tech companies are staking their claim. In 2015, Amazon bought the streaming platform Twitch for $970 million and is doggedly marketing it as a go-to platform for professional esports to stream their gameplay. Not to be one-upped by the wide-eyed egg, Google is using YouTube to gain market share, having recently struck deals with the developers of Call of Duty, the Overwatch League, and competitive Hearthstone to stream exclusively on their platform. Oh, and Microsoft has a platform too. Now, with entire countries stuck at home and teams unable to meet, let alone fans being able to buy tickets to the game, professional sporting leagues are jumping on the bandwagon as well. In March, the top tier of the Spanish football league, La Liga, held a virtual tournament, drawing in over 1 million viewers. Following suit, Formula One also created a virtual race for their Bahrain GP, which was live-streamed to over 359,000 people. Even boxing has gotten in on the action, with the World Boxing Super Series holding a heavyweight legends tournament via esports Fight Night Champion video game, which looked really promising. And then, as you realise no one is actually getting hurt, you start to question a lot of things. But for now at least, the collaboration seems to be working. Sporting leagues are able to supply a product, which is at least some revenue, even if it is not to the scale of their traditional broadcasting contracts. Fans are able to keep their entertainment and not go too stir-crazy while they can't see the real thing. And gaming developers and streaming platforms are enjoying the boost in revenues and the ability to broaden their demographics. But one thing we can always count on when there is a union between new tech giants and old companies is for the tech giants to kill the old companies from the inside out and stand on the corpse and plead ignorance. Will it happen as quickly as Netflix killed the video show? Probably not. Will it be as painful and cringeworthy as traditional journalism descending into clickbait articles and questionable cartoon satire? Definitely not. But eventually, we will wake up in a world where playing physical sports is archaic as a DVD or going outside, which will leave society in a very weird place indeed.